Hello, I'm Mr. Midas. I'm quite sensitive about what keyboard I use, mostly because my hand is my face, and every stroke brings me excruciating pain. That's why I only use keyboards from Drop, a community-made marketplace for keyboard enthusiasts like myself. My favorite of all is the K-type mechanical. I love the colors! But there are plenty more keyboards on massdrop.com. Join our community, find the best keyboard, just like my beloved K-type. Recommended by smart people like me and you.
She started the day probably at like 30.
Could it be? We're already ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Navi versus Mitterfeed, Game 2, Series 2.
So, continuous patterns we're seeing is the first round random.
Yep.
32.2 being used as a bid.
Thank you. Navi this time won the auction, copying the strategy set forth by Mitterfeed for the 3-2-2 bounty, and a 0 for Mitterfeed.
Did they actually make money last game? Are they actually almost at 8K for Mitterfeed?
Oh,
we're not sure if these are 100% accurate right now. We're working on that.
It's day one, everyone.
I think they got too much money for their last random. That was 100 moonbucks. They got 600 instead of 500, I think was what we said.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, 100. Oh, my.
With that said, they also completed the challenge, It's a Trap. They only got one. They should have only gotten 175 for that. I feel like they should be negative. No, but they ran them that last
year. We will simply.
They ran them last year. That was 500.
Mark the numbers for us,
they're probably
crunch them again, Reginald.
Crunch them.
They're probably positive because if the last random was 500 and the first random was 200, that's 700 right off the bat. That covers a whole draft basically. And they only banned like one hero. They're probably positive right now. Like they did lose the game though. That's a bad thing.
No, shouldn't do that.
Yes, you can have all the moonbucks in the world, but if you lose these group stage games, you get kicked anyway. Also, Mr. Midas does not have a 4th place prize. You get literally nothing. Yeah. So go get the fuck out of the tournament, basically.
Like at some point, there's going to be a team that gets to the end of the ropes, no matter how efficient they are. Let's say Mitterfeed loses their first 2 sets. They get to the 3rd set. They're do or die. If they still have like 8K moonbucks in the bank,
let's go.
You're going to see some real expensive heroes. Can we sort by pick price?
I would just ban everything.
Excuse me, Reginald. Can we get sort by pick price? Thank you.
So where's our Ench here? How's she hanging out? 96 to ban, 271 to
96 to ban.
Venge has gone up in cost, I'd like to point out, because she was randomed. Once again, the random characters, they just get expensive. You know?
They get screwed.
Yeah, Viper 2, 300.
Wow, no ban this time from Navi. I find it so fascinating that all these teams do. Wow. They're so scared of Navi's Enchantress.
But look at that. The Pangolier.
Wow.
Not going to happen this time.
Maybe they're hoping their opponents would ban it themselves or something.
Hey-oh!
Oh, that's a beautiful random. The versatile hero random.
Oh. Okay. Finally, some good luck for Team Navi.
Navi trying to stabilize on their Moonbuck account.
Damn, top tier support random.
Oh, this is perfect. The perfect place you want to pick these guys in the draft. Easy make moonbucks. The random meta is in, boys.
Who made the
They just random the OG draft.
Oh, poor Navi.
There's not been a bad random yet. This is actually disgusting.
This
is disgusting. What is that?
Okay, downsides. What's the downside of
What is the downside of getting a Medusa?
Theoretically,
all right, your opponents can pick anti-mage.
Right, but he's expensive as hell.
He's not that bad. He's 240 right now.
Well,
he's kind of a steal.
Some random gold.
His cost was too high before. Nobody touches him. He ekes by for 6 games. Let's see some AM.
Okay, now are they going to ban AM next phase though? If you don't pick him here as Navi, he's probably gone.
I feel like it's
only 78.
Worth it. It's a really strong, really strong hero against Medusa. His damage dealt for mana break went down slightly, but that's not the big deal. It's about how much mana you're removing from Medusa. So I think he's going to be potentially very useful. You have to worry a little bit about Shadow Demon versus AM as well, but I think they could make an AM work here. I mean, they could go other stuff, Lion, maybe Diffusal Blades.
Poor Navi.
Navi could go like Weaver with Diffusal Blade. Yeah, you're right. They actually just keep getting screwed by randoms.
They actually are getting absolutely pounded by randoms. I feel horrible.
And at this point, Mitterfeed, I feel like they go for the 3rd random.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly think it's worth it.
Just because your heroes are so good anyway?
Dusa can lane safe lane, mid lane.
Yep.
They've got a support for the other pick. They could random any hero class and be fine. It's 500 moonbucks. It's like so good. That's how do you pass that up?
How do you
With
pass
that said,
up?
they did lose.
True, they still need to win some Dota games.
Yeah,
here.
It's dangerous.
That's the dual meta, guys. I mean, some teams like Mid or Feet, they could just get obsessed with making moonbucks and lose all their goddamn games. So that's not great. You can't buy your way to greatness, all right? That's something Mr. Midas taught me as a young boy.
Well, whoever made this 100-sided die has already clearly stacked the deck a little bit.
All right, so additional time here for Na'Vi. They're taking a lot of time to think about what they want to do. Do we suggest a Na'Vi random? Or no, they're going to go for Nyx.
Very
Nice.
safe.
That's an expensive pick. That's maybe one of the most expensive ones we've seen so far.
I think so. It's got mana drain, very good against Medusa. Strong hero in pretty much all categories, and it works against Medusa. It's like a normal reaction pick to seeing a Medusa in a normal game.
This is a very important series, by the way, for Na'Vi. Again, the way to make it to out of the group stage is we do it by the wins, of course, and they've already lost 2 series. They only have
one series.
One series. Na'Vi?
Yes, we have only
This is their
played one
second series of the
today.
day.
Oh, I meant game.
Okay,
Excuse me.
perfect.
They've already lost 1 series, so they really need to start getting some wins. They only have 3 games left. So
What? All right, stop. They lost the first
I know,
series. They're in series 2. They're up 1 game,
Would
correct?
you like the pocket watch to help
they
keep
win?
track of things?
Okay, let me just confirm now that I'm confused. Na'Vi won last game, correct?
Na'Vi won, yes.
Okay, so Na'Vi won. They're up 1 game. If they win this next game, they win their second series.
Oh, yes, that's very good.
Which will put them at 1-1.
Wonderful, oh! I sure hope they win.
They could lose this game and win the other one and still win the set.
Oh,
but,
good for them. Mathematics.
All right.
Bully,
well,
moving
it looks
on.
like we have skipped out on the bans here from both teams, and we're back to a mid or feed pick.
All right, mid or feed pick. I hope they go for that 3 random birds. That's a big payout, but we'll see.
Yeah,
the next assassin is pretty scary.
It's
they
safe. Yeah, they have to go.
Wow.
It's just so much money. Like
now, mind you, this must be a bad random. Can we call this a bad random?
We
She's
could
one of
call
the
that a pretty
cheapest
shit random.
for a good reason. You know, she has some issues. She pretty much only goes mid. Now, the one thing is they could recover this draft with an offlane Wind Ranger and a Drow strat. And you get Drow, Medusa, and Wind Ranger. Or you just go position 4 Weehaw Wind Ranger, which is what those will probably end up being, I think.
I mean, I would say Wind Ranger's not even the best anyways because there's also a Nyx on the enemy side. She's a little bit squishy to burst damage. She's an int hero, so she's going to be very mana burnable.
Yeah, I think you just 4 this hero. I don't think you risk your whole draft on her.
I mean, you just AFK the hero. You just call that a lost random and move on. That's completely worthless.
Someone just head out, go for a walk, take a breather.
I mean,
so you can be the new courier.
It's just an incredible draft for them so far. 1,000 moonbucks. They haven't spent a dime yet. They didn't even spend it on the
I mean, I'm
draft.
worried. I feel like randoming might be a little OP here, boys.
I mean, they have gotten kind of lucky.
Yeah,
you still have to get out of the group stage, though. You got to win some games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll see.
And they are down 1 game. I think for them, if they pick 2 heroes here that are moderately cheap and still lose this set, I think I'm decently happy if I'm mid or feed because 1,000 moonbucks, that's 2 top-tier heroes instant picked. Or you can pick like 3 mid-tier heroes, 4 slightly mid-tier heroes. Like you can get a really good draft.
They still got to play Liquid and OG though.
That's a very fine point. This is the easiest match of their.
I'm not liking this. You know, I'll be random in 5 heroes against Liquid and be like, you know, this series is a wash anyway. Whatever. Let's get some money. We'll save up. This is our eco round.
Really?
We're gonna hang
That's
out.
really interesting. I would almost say this is the series to random on a team that could arguably be weaker. I think Navi's actually pretty strong right now. But why not just in a game that you think you're going to win, just go all in and whatever heroes you can do. So this is how you and I differ, and why we're such great capitalists, businessmen, cornering the market together, Trent.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, and there's another mana burn here. They go for Phantom Lancer, look at a Diffusal Blade, and that's how they're going to try to deal with the Medusa here.
So yeah, so maybe this is going to bite them in the ass, Purge. Maybe this randoming isn't so good after all.
We have a little bit of a classic combo as well, the Wind Ranger and the Slardar. This used to be the big answer to Lone Druid back in his heyday.
Right.
Oh,
just like Corrosive Haze and Focus Fire. Yeah.
And Midderfeed has a lot of AoE problems right now. Slardar is not a good AoE hero. Dusa is. She could also buy Ags. That way she can one-shot the PL illusions, but it only works so many times. You can doppelgang
it's not
it.
as good against like Chaos Knight.
Yeah, or like Naga Siren or something. Yeah. But I think Midderfeed definitely has some big AoE issues. You can also Shadow Demon Disruption like PL illusions too. So I mean, it goes both ways. But I'm definitely feeling really good about Navi's draft. They clearly have a non-randoming advantage here.
Yes, absolutely. What do you call a non-random?
Regular.
Do you think Brood would have been a worthwhile ban there?
A brew?
How expensive is Brood? She's 130.
I would say she's less expensive than she's better than her cost right now. But I don't know if I'm not sure if I understand her well enough to just pick her wherever. I'd say she'd be good on Navi's side. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
What?
think Midderfeed can.
Is that really worth it? 47 Moonbucks?
They don't have very good control for a Storm Spirit.
Good God!
That's not bad. I think.
They've wasted all their money.
I think as the tournament develops, you're going to see more of these like later game bans. Absolutely.
You're a very frugal man. 47
Moonbucks. Goodness, no.
Is this how Mr. Midas gets rich, dude? He just never spends
Oh,
money.
hey, look at this. Navi versus Midderfeed.
Right.
Thank you, Reginald.
Great work, Reggie.
Our attention spans have been quite degraded.
I couldn't remember who was playing.
Oh, I see. Anyway. Coming up on our skipping the last ban. There we go.
Are we paused?
It kind of looks like it.
Oh my God.
We're frozen?
Can we get some assistance from Reginald?
Reginald!
I am coming back to camera. I'm going to refresh it.
Very well, very
all right.
well.
We're going for a refresh here.
Your incompetence
oh,
knows
sorry.
no
Let me
bounds,
just-
Reginald.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Here we go.
You will pay for this with your
Perfect.
salary.
I think it is paused.
Oh, the game is paused?
Who dares
Start the
to
timer.
pause? We do. Reginald, what game were we watching? I forgot.
It was playing again.
Oh, right. It was Navi Midderfeed. That's correct.
Thank God.
Oh,
All right,
thank you,
all right, we
Reginald.
resumed. Who
I
paused?
do. I have the
Paused that.
vapors. I
maybe
do
it looks like
forget.
we had a crash maybe or something.
Oh, and that is
okay.
a tinky.
Discord is down, so Buka is out texting.
Ah, wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful.
So the Storm Ban, classic counter to the Tinker. They're just going to prevent any
Yeah, it's
major
good against
counters to the
Pugna.
hero.
It could really whale into PL if good timing. Venno, like Nyx is good against it, but I think it's safe. 50 Moonbucks for a really scary hero that could easily just ruin your game. Yeah, that's
And
good.
this also prevents them from going for that maybe all-in drow kind of stuff as well, which was theoretically still an option. And with the Tinker lineup, that's pretty scary to try into.
I think the Tinker is because of the illusion Medusa spam, because then you have a lot of illusions that hit buildings. You just laser them with eggs, and they can't hit anymore, unless she buys MKB, of course. But
Really? And Ags just for the illusions? Yeah.
I mean, you're going
makes
to buy it
sense
anyway.
against a
You're
Shadow
going
Demon.
to buy it very often anyways on Tinker, but it's like
Really?
it's a solution to something that naturally happens based on the build that you usually go anyways. So.
Their supports will be interesting, though. Generally going to be pretty weak supports from now on.
Oh!
That's a really good point, actually. I didn't even think about that.
What is this?
They pick
I
aim.
mean, they have a lot of cash. They made a lot of money. They're still ahead, $400.
Okay.
And, yeah, sure.
I would not want to go that late into this Midderfeed draft, and you kind of have to. Like, they need to snowball really fast, it looks like. They need, like, a bunch of kills across the map. They somehow need to get a lot of gold on a Pugna, and then Tinker needs to get up into his kill items where he needs to be, like, bots and blink, and they just blow people up continuously with, like, decrep or something, right?
How
Like,
are you going to have a Dusa and an AM on the same team, though?
how are they going to
That's
push fast enough to punish you?
I guess
Like,
so.
they have a Pugna, sure, but Tinker needs time, PL needs time. He needs to come online so hard when he gets to Fusel Blade. He needs, like, a triple kill and another triple kill, and they just wreck from there, it feels
I can see that. All right. What a world where Nyx Assassin costs more than the Anti-Mage.
It's going to happen. You're going to see these swings where there's a hero that's really good, and he doesn't get touched for 4 games because he's expensive, and then at the 5th game, somebody finally picks him because his cost went down a lot. It's going to happen.
Look away,
Careful.
children.
Just mesmerizing people here, you know.
Wow.
That's
Just trying to,
perfect timekeeping.
wow.
Did you keep track of how long that game was paused? That draft was paused?
No, it's actually not quite functional.
It was an admin pause.
It was an
Admin pause. Admin.
Well,
No teams
take it out
will
of his
be
pay.
rewarded, but we will be taking that out of your pay, Reginald. Your children will not eat tonight. I apologize. Eat off the crumbs of the floor. Anyway, so, gentlemen, predictions for the game. I'd love to hear it.
I prefer the Midderfeed draft, I think. I think it's more difficult for Navi to win with the lineup they have.
I really like the Navi draft until the AM pick. I think the AM pick looks obnoxious to deal with. I feel like Midderfeed's got the better draft, surprisingly.
I ain't a fan of Medusa and AM. I feel like that leaves you too much room to get pushed on, and a Wind Ranger. All three of those heroes need a ton of farm to be effective, so there could be a chance. It really is going to come down, I think, to the first fight. Whoever wins that has a really good advantage. So.
I'm intrigued to see the positions of the Slider and the Wind Ranger, too. I think that should be pretty interesting.
You know what we forgot to mention? Bounties. There's only a few left. Anything?
8.
Could we see the mangoes, potentially?
I don't think in game 2. I don't
I'm
know.
ready for the mangoes.
Maybe
but
that one's
is this
bad.
lineup
Is
any
it too
good?
bad?
I don't know. The Radiant lineup seems okay.
All right, I think this is the game for Navi to try for a Mango Bay. I don't think I would do it on Midderfeed.
All right. Happy Little Trees, that was attempted the first time. There is a Wind Ranger, so there's a possibility for Happy Little Trees.
I'm not sure the teams are aware that everybody can do the challenges. We'll be way more clear tomorrow, I think, with challenges.
I'm sure they know. Oh, it's...
Yeah, I'm sure they're watching
all
the broadcast.
the players read the 16-page document front to back. They're all quite aware of all the rules. They've great attention span, those players. Anyway.
We didn't make the best document.
Hey, look at this. Okay, let's see who's playing what.
So it is General on the Pugna once again. It's been a long day at Pugna
for him. So it's a 4 Venomancer and a 5 Roger, which makes sense. He played Nick's great at TI.
Oh, my God. The Wii Wind Ranger. What year is it?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Definitely a hero that he's kind of used to, but sure. Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, here we go. Game 2, Series 2, Navi versus Midderfeed. Let's head it on over to Braxton Sunspan.
Oh, thank you, Slacks. You used our names this time. I can't believe it. I was going to call you guys the analysts.
I feel so much better that he actually used our names.
I know, I agree. So an interesting tidbit here for you guys that didn't catch the first part here, because you couldn't have since you were watching Slacks and company. Because this is an all-pick match, of course, you have to pick your heroes in time or you lose gold. And Dendy, and I believe it was Roger,
right? Yeah.
Lost maybe, I want to say 10 to 12 gold?
A little bit more, I would say.
Okay. So they didn't want to remake because it's a hassle. And who cares at the end of the day?
Yep, and Synderen apparently is making the rules up as he goes. He says remakes cost 1,000 moonbucks. I don't know about that one. I'll have to consult the rulebook after the game.
Yeah, but Navi being good sports, of course, going along with it. But yeah, something to keep in mind, of course, for the players, anybody that's watching that is a player, pick your heroes, please. I beg of you.
That's good advice.
You know, what happens if you pick a hero that is one of those mango heroes that you get mango for free? Have we thought of that? We're going to have to investigate this after the game.
What does the rulebook say?
The rulebook says nothing. It says we're allowed to change any rules we want.
That's because there is no rulebook.
Technically, there's a 3-page rulebook by Purge. It's a very dry read, if you know what I mean. Soneko, though, going to be playing the Buenomancer, and will be going, looks like he'll start mid. So an interesting change to the way TPs work. 10-second extra cooldown, essentially.
Yep.
So you can't TP and block your own creeps. What do you think? So the support has to stay back like Soneko does.
I feel like it's a change that makes the level 1 engagements more stale, right? Before we'd see these crazy level 1 fights with like 5 heroes invading bounty runes. People trying to make all these crazy aggressive plays, and then now it's kind of discouraged with that change, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I liked the level 1 fights quite a bit.
Yeah, I did too.
It was very, very interesting.
I will miss them. Oh, God.
You know, maybe they'll still be there, but not as common. I don't know.
Yeah, only time will tell.
That's right.
And, of course, if you're just joining us in Midas mode, you get extra moonbucks for randoming heroes. And on the side of Midderfeed, they first randomed Shadow Demon and then into a Medusa. Pretty insane as bottom lane General. He is completely blocked in right now. Gets the crush out from Kazu. Synderen. A couple more right clicks will suffice. And that's the first blood going the way of Midderfeed.
All right, nicely done. When the disruption is cast on the corner, then the terrain, you can walk in and block them.
Indeed. But yeah, so Medusa and Shadow Demon both randomed, which is hilarious because that was an actual double pick there for OG last series. And on Navi's side,
down bottom
they pick
again.
up the Venomancer.
Same combo, but General has the Decrepify level 1.
Oh, he's getting blocked completely. Tomato even comes in with the blink, has level 1 mana break as well.
This
Here comes Roger, though, with the mana burn. There's the double crush, though. It's a lot of damage. His General looks to be in a lot of trouble here. Tomato with the blink in 1 second. Decrepify keeping him alive with the health salve. Should be good to go, but that's a lot expended.
Yeah, even though they didn't die, right? They used a lot of their resources to stay alive there, so... Lane looks pretty good for Midderfeed. They have quite an interesting draft, right? We were talking about the random Medusa and the random Shadow Demon. They have Medusa and Anti-Mage on the same team. These are typically your big one-position heroes, right? That take over the game once they acquire enough farm, but...
Oh, we have a pause here.
What does this mean?
Could it be time? Here we go, boys.
I apologize, everyone. Goodbye.
It's the one and only DRE. Dr. Drain Love Bust. You know I'm mobbing with the D.O.double-G. Straight off them killer streets of CPT. King of the beach, you ride to him in your fleet. Whoa, the field rolling on dubs. How you feel? It's the one and only DRE. Dr. Drain Love Bust. You know I'm mobbing with the D.O.double-G.
And we're back. Thanks for
Thank God
coming
we're
back after that beautiful break. Crystallizing a lot of trouble here, Weehaw on mid or feed, playing one of his favorite heroes in Wind Ranger. Hasn't found much success with it lately, at least.
You know, the javelin changes and the talent changes are pretty nice, right?
Oh, Soneko's in a lot of trouble. He's stuck inside the Roche pit here. Will die to Roche himself.
Stuck with the man with the golden hands.
I really don't like that golden cosmetic for Roche. Needs to be more pronounced.
You can't say that. This is Midas mode.
It should be more gold for Midas mode.
There you go. You love the gold.
What do you think of this matchup, though, in theory, 1v1? Tinker versus Medusa in mid.
Well, Tinker smashes this lane.
Smashes?
Smashes big time. Takes a big, fat, steamy dump on this lane.
Really?
Yep, it's bad.
Well, we're looking at the 14-9 CS versus 5-0, so I would tend to agree with you there, Brax.
You know, sometimes the dual lanes kind of benefit the weaker hero, but not in this case with the mana burns coming in. There's no real, like, well, actually, if he lands the Impale, there it is.
Yeah, and the mana burn is doing work, even though it's only level 1 of the lasers, enough to secure Dendi the kill. Gets a little bit too late. Could get a crush off with the help of the tower. Nick's assassin here, Roger, doesn't look like he will fall as he makes it to the high ground and salves up. But yeah, when you pick a Medusa, you think of like the first two heroes I think of that counter are Anti-Mage, which is on her team.
Yep.
And of course Nyx, which is probably the easiest counter. You just spam that eventual level 4 mana burn constantly.
Yep. Also with the new split shot, right, you can't turn it off. It's super easy to spike characters.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
So it's an even bigger counter now.
Is there any kind of build that you would prefer to go for Medusa against something like this?
Honestly, there's not really any items you can build that help you. You can go for like the Dragon Lance. It doesn't give you any intelligence, so it doesn't amplify the mana burn. But typically you see items like Scotty picked up on Medusa, which give you a lot of int, so mana burn hits you even harder. There's not really a good answer to it. It's just it's a shitty situation that you kind of have to deal with and hope you can get far enough ahead, because honestly Medusa's talents are pretty good, right? At level 20 you get 800 mana. So
yeah, it's quite good. Soneko attempting to get out here. Kezu following up, has another crush to work with. We'll probably use it here any second now. There we go. A couple more right clicks. We'll finish him off. No, the power shot actually misses. Weehaw probably hasn't played this hero in forever. I'm allowed to make fun of Weehaw and Cinderin, by the way, because we're on very good terms. Just to let you guys know in advance. No more flames. They're not flames. They're love taps, if you will.
All right. Well, you're love tapping out of control.
Windrunner's up mid lane. We're gonna have some action here. The invisible rune coming from Roger, and yep, Dendi just rips right through him.
So I was gonna say that sometimes in like the weaker matchups, right? Like when you see Shadow Fiends, the dual lane eventually benefits the weaker hero, right? It prevents the aggression from the other hero. But Medusa's not a hero with any sort of kill threat, especially over a hero like Tinker, right? They can't even really harass the support hero. As you can see, this Medusa dies from full HP off of the Impale Mana Burn combo. So I don't really know what Medusa can do to get back in this game. It's like a slow, steady recovery where she dips out into the jungle, farms what she can. But she's rationing for whatever she can get at this point.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised they didn't end up banning Nyx, honestly. After, I guess that was the second pick they couldn't have done. They randomed the Medusa second.
Yep.
So put in a little bit of a tough position. The Cinderin.
You know, the panel. They were talking about
the panel.
That's right, the panel. Mm-hmm. It's Trent Purge and the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
Yep. Cinderin gonna TP out here. Looks okay.
All right.
They're talking about there weren't really any bad randoms, right? It was the OG draft.
Yeah.
But Nyx, super good against Medusa.
Indeed.
And usually it's in the later stages of the game, but this is also in the early stages of the game with the Tinker. So.
Tomato trying to scare everybody off with that very powerful level 1 mana void. What a skill.
Oh god.
One of the worst level 1 ultimates in the game, I dare say. As Tomato blinks away to safety. So is this a game that, not to harp anymore on this Medusa pick, or the random I should say, as we're going to have to get back to that in a second, is Gork again being hounded here by Roger.
Yeah, Roger steals his creep and he's going to casually walk the butt.
Disruption, trying to block him in. He's just going to attempt to TP out and should be successful.
Oh boy.
But
the old teleport away from the no stun strategy, very effective here with only Slaughter and
That's true. That's kind of that's one of the issues you might have. I mean, Stone Gaze is pretty good though.
I guess. There's also a Mana Void. Ooh, big TP cancelers.
Yeah, indeed. Would you expect a BKB though at some point on Medusa? Is this a game that you kind of have to get it at some point, or?
It is. Well, so the thing about BKB is it's good because obviously you can't cast spells on a magic immune target, but it's like a hero that isn't very. She doesn't get in there, right? She sits in the front, waits for the enemy to jump on you, and Navi's lineup is very non-committal.
Right.
So because they can just keep kiting in and out and not really commit to going on this Medusa, it might not be that effective. So I really don't think he's going to get it unless he gets super far ahead and they're trying to siege base or something.
Are we going to see a more old school Lincoln's type build maybe?
I would think so.
Against the mana burn?
I would definitely think so.
Not an item you really want to go that much anymore. Bottom lane, you have the Nether Blast onto 2. Kezu attempting to get out. No sprint for another 6 seconds, but does have Crush, trying to juke his way up. They will find him with the Nether Blast, though, as Tomato can't really do much to assist his teammate.
Yep.
And he is on his way to his Battle Fury right now. Has the Ring of Health Treads. As Impale will connect again. Mana Burn again, and Laser
That was with the Mana Shield off there, too, so
True.
Caught him at the right time. Around the trees and the fog. Nicely done.
And here we haven't really talked about yet is Weehaw on the Windrunner. We've talked a bit. Some changes coming through. The one that comes to mind, though, is was it the turn rate that was fixed? Not fixed, but increased from 0.6 to 0.8.
That's all right.
So close to a melee hero now.
Game breaking, right?
I mean, those kind of changes I don't underestimate, personally. I know it may not seem like that big of a deal to some. The untrained eye, if you will. Is Roger's going to run right into Weehaw?
All right, Roger's giving the old watch and walk away strategy, but now reinforcements are here.
Yeah, we're going to have the Disruption Soul Catcher into the Crush. He does have Spike Carapace. Will attempt to use it and TP out. And will be successful, in fact.
Yep, nicely done.
All right.
And that's the support rotation for mid or feed. They need to make things happen, right? Anti-Mage is going to be left to his own devices to weather the storm bottom lane and just farm what he can. Mid lane, they can't really do anything there at all. Even the mid laner doesn't want to lane there. So it's very important they make these rotations work, or else they're going to get to this point where Pugna's pushing in bottom constantly, Medusa's hitting the jungle, and there's just going to be too much pressure on the map for them to deal with. They kind of have to pick and choose what they sacrifice and what they want to defend or fight.
Dendy with the Boots of Travel now, working towards a Soul Ring. He is doing quite well for himself, if I do say so. He's actually the top of the net. That is not very common, I would say, to see a Tinker top of net worth at this stage of the game. You'd expect a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, Tinker is definitely a hero that, whenever someone sees Tinker, people flock to him, right? They always want to pressure this guy, delay his Boots of Travel. He's a very slow hero in the early game. But I think mid or feed are running into a bit of a problem with their... oh, just kidding. Up top, Kezu lands the Crush.
Yeah, but no Shackle. Did not connect, as Crystallize doing a pretty good job of faking it out. Or does he? Weehaw is aware of this. He's attempting to go for the kill. They're going to get him first. Kezu might die, but gets the Crush off.
Very nice.
Nice job targeting the actual hero there. As Dendy looking for the laser. Gets off the Marching Machines. I don't think it's going to catch Kezu, as he TPs out to safety. So, well played here for mid or feed.
Yep, nice one. Big kill. They need more of this to get into the game. Right, they actually swap the lanes up too. Tomato heads into the mid lane, and they're just giving up this bottom tower. Honestly, nobody can defend this tower. Venomancer wards, Pugna blasting it over and over. It is a death trap.
Yeah, this is in all likelihood going to be uncontested here for mid or feed.
Yep. So mid or feed basically have 2-1 positions, right? They have the anti-mage who wants to farm to a certain point and then comes online. Medusa, same sort of concept. And because of that, they lack this hero that can make moves on the map, right? It's all in on the support duo.
Right. Or even Weehaw to some degree. But
right, but he's pretty much never going to leave this lane, right?
If plus, anything, he doesn't really have the most consistent way to initiate.
Exactly, right? You've got to land the Shackle Shot, very difficult to do, especially in... it's a luck thing, right? It's lane positioning, where the creeps are. Probably going to have to smoke as well, so... not reliable whatsoever.
Well, considering they have these kind of passive... I say passive, and Tomato comes in. There's the Disruption. Soul Catcher. Crush will not be there. Not yet. At least Crystallize gets bashed up. Tomato, he's actually going after an Illusion, but the rest of the team going after Crystallize. The actual hero as the Mana Void comes in. And that's enough to take out Crystallize for the second time in the last couple minutes.
Nicely done again. 2 back-to-back kills on the Phantom Lancer player.
Man, Weehaw is really attuned with which Phantom Lancer is real. That's right. Twice in a row. Tried to fake it out. Can't fake out Weehaw, man. Can't fake him out. Oh my god, are you kidding me? General is going for the Meteor Hammer.
Wowzers, the Meteor Hammer.
Oh, that's just adds insult to injury for mid or feed. And he's like, you're going to give me this free tower. I'm just going to sit here Nether Blast. I might as well get an item that accentuates the Nether Blast. We'll see how that comes into effect here. Of course, it does take a... That was changed recently as well. I'm trying to remember what it's actually changed.
Meteor Hammer?
I think less of a channel time or something? Or
the stun is 0.25 seconds longer. That's all I know. Maybe the channel time is lowered as well. So is this item good?
No, it's terrible.
Okay, so this is kind of the taunt, huh?
I mean, I don't know. I say that with, you know, no
there it is,
credibility
big
to my
meteor
name.
hammer.
Okay.
All right.
Fortification's up. Of course, the fortification does not last as long as the DOT.
Wow.
So he'll still get some damage from it nonetheless.
My God, without the meteor hammer, this tower would not be dying so fast. It's a good thing you picked that up. How timely.
Well, Gork, level 8 right now, and the Medusa has no stone gaze to work with yet. Something they desperately need, because the only real stun they have is Kezu, who ends up stunning himself thanks to the Spike Carapace into an Impale Weehaw with the Focus Fire. That's going to be enough. Nope, the Decrepify keeps him alive, but the power shot at the last moment.
So
That extra damage. A nice cancel on the TP for Seneko as well. See if they can find this on the back end. Is Gork
Medusa's coming in.
and
Everybody
Kezu.
run.
They're sandwiching him in. The Decrepify comes through. There's going to be the stun. The power shot will not connect. For some reason, I literally just can't laugh. Can't not laugh when I see that skill.
It just looks so ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Slaughter getting quite low. He's going to end up falling here. Gork has pretty much no mana right now. Cinderin using the disruption quite defensively. As Crystallize jumps in, though, with the Spirit Lance. Gork attempting to TP out. Should be successful. Crystallize has no real damage yet. Still working on that diffuser.
They should know there's a ward now because he got the Phantom Rush off in the fog, or what should be fog, but I don't know. This game is so odd, right? Mid or feet are missing this key aspect in the lineup where they can actually make moves and fight. Medusa, obviously not the strongest fighter in this game. Anti-Mage, you won't see this dude from their 10 minutes probably.
Yeah, the good news is he has Battle Fury now, though.
That's true.
I mean, considering how this game is going, a 13-minute Battle Fury, not with treads, is pretty freaking good.
That is very true. He's doing very well. And Anti-Mage against Tinker. Obviously, Tinker has gigantic mana pools, magic damage. It's very nice, but up top,
oh boy,
Roger's scouting him out.
Oh boy, there's the Impale. Heat-seeking missile won't do a whole lot of damage.
All right. Perhaps they
And
went a
TP out.
tad bit too early. The Impale's only level 2, so not the longest stun.
Yeah, but Dendi almost has a Blink Dagger for himself, only a couple hundred away.
Yep.
General getting scouted out. Have we seen the level 4 sprint yet? Nope. Kezu, he's got to get one more level in that sprint. Then we'll
man.
see the River Walk.
It looks really cool.
That has, oh, there we go again. Meteor Hammer, boom! They should have a voice to go along with that. Like, boom!
I think the one you just made is quite accurate.
All right,
for the
Valve, I'm allowing you to
effectiveness.
use that audio to be put inside that item. I think
They
it's
don't.
much
They don't
needed.
need your permission. Are you? Hello? Where have you been the last? Never mind. That touchy subject. Let's move on. It's top tower. Receiving the beat down here. Nether blast. Whoo! Tons of damage.
Oh, that's pretty ridiculous. Nice disruption, though. Into the Impale, though. Keep him alive regardless. As the Nether Blast, like you said, is more than enough.
Yep. These
get that
towers
tower.
are completely free for Navi. Right? Mid or feet have no hope of fighting at all. They still need to acquire tons and tons of items.
Top lane, Weeha's going to get caught off
here's
with
the
an
hammer.
Impale into the Meteor Hammer. It will not
missed.
connect, but he is dropping
no.
quite low.
You know, the meteor. It was pretty close.
It was close. They needed one more stun.
If he didn't move for like a second longer, then
If you just stand still, it does a lot of damage.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Does it even do a lot of damage?
It does a considerable amount, I think, right? Let me see. Don't have that much experience with this item right now.
Oh, okay, it does. It does. There's the initial damage and the damage,
And damage
over
over
time.
time. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
good. I mean, the damage itself is good, but it's the 3-second channel time that's the killer.
Yeah, that's the letdown.
Bottom jungle, Dendi and Crystallize will run into Gork, at least for now, but Kezu's going to turn this around. Gets the Corrosive Haze off, but Crystallize just rips through the Medusa. There's the Shackle Shot. Can they get Dendi? Looks like this might be a trade with that Power Shot finishing him off, and looks like Kezu looks to be next, though. Nice disruption, keeping him alive, but Crystallize has already surrounded him, and Tomato looks to be next. Look at this Diffusal Blade go to work on these heroes. A 2-for-1 for now. Shackle Shot connects, and this is going to be a turnaround here for Mid or Feet as the Mana Void secures them the second kill on the core heroes for Na'Vi. So great job for Mid or Feet, but top lane is decimated.
Yep, meanwhile, big meteor hammer being dropped on towers repeatedly, non-stop action.
Just call, don't even call him Pugna anymore. He's the meteor
He's
hammer.
the hammer, huh? We were talking about the Shackle Shot perhaps not being the most reliable disable, but they're making do with it. Making it look real good.
Oh, they're going to turn around here. Weeha gets disrupted by Cinder and Kezu attempting to go onto Seneko. Has the Corrosive Haze applied. Looks like he'll finish that off with the Weeha Power Shot. General attempting to TP out.
Nope, that's the meteor hammer.
Oh, I'm sorry. That looked like a
Oh my
teleportation,
God.
but he'll get a
Medusa
kill with it
dies.
instead. And General, with the Soul Catcher applied, looks to be dead next, but Dendi's here to help out. has all his spells available. As Kezu's in a lot of trouble, and General might actually survive through this. Meteor Hammer's up in 23 seconds, but we'll just use the life drain instead as Dendi comes in. Cinderin disrupts himself a little bit too late, and we'll just drop to the Nether Blast.
All right, so fight's not going Mitterfeed's way at all, and notice it's reasonable, right? Medusa, Anti-Mage, you need time. I'm sounding like a broken record at this point because it's awful to play Dota like this, right? Sometimes you get Anti-Mage in your pubs, you know it's a 4v5, you have Anti-Mage and Medusa.
Yeah.
It's not a good time, but...
Yeah, so 6k lead here for Na'Vi at the current point in time. Yep. But if you really think about it, even though I do despise Meteor Hammer as an item, it does make a lot of sense because you're creating all this space, you're creating so much pressure on the enemy team. Nether Blast times 2. Essentially have 2 of them.
There is no other item that can do what Meteor Hammer is currently doing.
That's true. Nor should there be. Tomato gets impaled, though. Might be in some trouble here. Soul Catcher will be applied to Dendi, but he blinks away to safety. Tomato blinks away, gets a Mana Void off, canceling Dendi's TP, but he might have just killed himself as a result, and General will take that for himself. As Roger has a Corrosive Haze applied. Spike Carapace up in 1 second. Looks like he'll be fine as Cinderin looks to be the sacrificial lamb for his team. And
oh my god, that wasn't even fair.
Anytime you hear me laugh, you know that the Meteor Hammer has gone off. And just like that, Na'Vi has extended to a 7k lead.
Wee's gonna get spotted, Suneko. Just kidding. Wee's the one doing the hunting.
All right, that's a lot of damage, but there's the Impale into the Mana Burn. Suneko getting healed up thanks to General, but the Power Shot does finish him off finally. As Gork, that's the first Stone Gaze we've seen this game.
The first Stone Gaze, and it was a good one.
It wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad. It saved his team.
Look at Roger, though. He has a Midas, and he has the 60 gold per minute talent at 10.
Oh my god.
He's going to be a rich Nyx assassin, that's for sure.
He's very aware of how to play Midas.
Boom! See?
That's
it. Works well. Boom! Like, I could do like a boom, but it doesn't...
That's true.
It feels like it doesn't fit the item.
I agree with that. It's not quite there yet. Maybe at the end of the game it'll be like that.
Yeah, maybe.
We're still waiting.
He needs... he does have the Kaya, actually, so that's the 10% spell amp. Everything costs cheaper as well.
Yep, very nice.
Kezu going to be found out here by Crystallize. He's burning up that mana, gets off the Crush. And here comes Dendi, and whew, that's a lot of burst damage, that's for sure. Gork gets off the Mystic Snake, but not really doing a whole lot.
That's right.
Na'Vi just continuing to pressure this Mitterfeed lineup.
Not really doing a whole lot. That's kind of the story here of Mitterfeed in this game, it feels like. Everyone's trying to make things happen, but...
Oh my god, Weeha in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, they cancel the Meteor Hammer, but alas, he still has Life Drain. So he is fine. And this looks to be potentially 2-0 for Na'Vi. It's still only 19 and a half minutes in, but...
You're trying to call the game at 19 minutes?
It's not great. I mean, they do have AM Medusa, so if they can get one good fight and get perhaps an item or two on these guys, they could turn this around, but look at the counters they have. They have the Diffusal Blade, they have the Mana Burn. Gork getting completely CC'd this game. General, don't know if they want to continue on as the Blade Mail was picked up by Gork.
Blade Mail very, very nice against Pugna. Tons of burst damage.
And this is going to be a tier 3 at 20 minutes in the game.
Yep, and this is what you kind of see when your base gets taken too quickly, right? Anti-Mage TP's back to clear out the Plague Wards, and that's about it.
It's good farm for him.
It is. He's acquiring...
very value, 15 gold.
Yep.
Gets to Decrepify, has to blink away. Dendi jumps in. Nice Blade Mail, though. Dendi at half HP as a result. Gets the Corrosive Haze up. There you see the Meteor Hammer. Give it a double Shackle Shot into the jumping from Tomato, but he gets stunned right off the bat. And he gets blown up, has to buy back into the game. Weeha getting life drained up. No buyback for him. 50 seconds on the deck. Mana Void finally comes out, but Tomato looks like he's taking more damage than he really dealt out. Decrepify actually keeps him alive, but no. Will actually fall to the...
That was calculated from before when he blinked in.
The Nether Ward, yeah. Mkezu, he jumps in. Trying to create as much space as he can, but my lord Dendi has the Dagon Express train in tow, and that is a barracks bot lane without the tier... I mean, the tier 2 tower is still up in mid, for God's sake.
It is, but not for long, right? Imagine Na'Vi are going to run back down. So, it feels like Mitterfeed didn't even have a chance to start playing their lineup, right? Medusa's running around with Phase Boots, Blade Mill, Bracer, and some small gear.
Boom.
Boom indeed. And Anti-Mage, same thing, still waiting to get to his Manta style. Even when he has Manta, he's probably going to need that next item afterwards before he can actually participate in some of these team fights.
Right.
I don't know, it's just a... while it's nice to random, to acquire some cash, sometimes it's not the best. Gotta win the game.
And Decrepify onto 3 heroes. Roger has a Spike Carapace activated. We'll get the Impale into the Mana Burn, and just like that, Gork is already almost useless. He can't even get off his ultimate, in fact. No mana to speak of. Did he get crystallized, though? Power shot comes in. Nice spike paraspace onto 2. Into the laser. And that is 2 kills for Dendi right off the bat. Weehaw and Gork dead for 50 seconds. No buyback. Here comes the... No, he doesn't get it off because Kezu cancels it. Costs him his own life. That's fine. Tomato canceling the mana void. Holy Jesus. That is a lot of damage. Double kill with mana void, but too little too late.
Well, at least they got the pugs in there, right? So the buildings aren't going to die. That meteor hammer won't be there.
That's true.
Gotta look at the positives.
Synderin,
right?
he TP's into a spike carapace. And he's going to get turned on completely. Impale will connect. He might have just TP'd into death, in fact, as those illusions are just going to clean him up. Roger pops the Vendetta. Looking for some more kills as Seneko just gets jumped on by Tomato, but the mana drain is coming into effect again. Finally blinks, but a very short distance. He might have set himself up for death here. Just really wants Seneko, but will not find it in the end as Na'Vi are just rolling over this game.
Yep, Na'Vi looked very good. Even in the previous game, they looked quite strong. But mid or feet, they're not out of it yet. Weehaw trying to make some big plays.
Oh,
big shackle.
there we go. He's got some damage with that Maelstrom.
Yep, nicely done.
All right, 15k lead.
Let's talk talents. What do you think about this 1.75 mana regeneration on Windrunner?
It sounds... Why not 2? Why can't you make it 2?
Balance reasons, hello? You can't over 2 in mana regen. It's very important.
I think it's the only talent in the game that's a decimal. Am I wrong?
For mana regen, you're definitely not wrong.
Even health regen. Do you think there's a 30.5?
No, there's not. Oh, Jesus. My God.
It just seems a little odd for a hero that's never picked.
It does.
But yeah, he did go the mana regen talent into the 100 attack range. We'll be going Force Staff. Not sure if he's going to finish a Hurricane Pike or not. It feels like he needs a little bit more damage. But yeah, the mini stun focus fire at level 25. We probably won't get to that at this stage, but it was buffed in the last patch by 5%, I believe.
Wowzers.
Yeah, wowzers indeed. Actually pretty good, if you can get there. Kezu jumps in, gets a nice crush off, into the jump in from Tomato, but the Decrepify is there. General is in a lot of trouble. All right, we get the disruption off. Here comes the Stone Gaze as well. Synderin looks to be trading his life for... We'll see. Doesn't look at anybody yet, but Kezu gets the nice crush again onto Crystallize. Doppelganger's up. There's the Gale into the Poison Nova. It's going to deal a lot of damage over time as Crystallize is going to continue on Tomato, but finally blink away. Shackle Shot will connect onto Crystallize. Looks to be finally getting a kill here, but it's going to cost them both their Shadow Demon and Medusa. But at this stage, these trades are good in the grand scheme of things for mid or feed.
Yes. Getting kills for them is very, very good.
All right, what items do they need to pick up to turn this around? Like, at what stage will AM or Medusa?
So Anti-Mage has the Sanj and Yasha. You know, gives them a little bit of everything. Not sure if that's the best item to come back in this game, but who knows? Maybe it is. At this stage of the game, he just needs anything, right? When I look through these heroes and I look at their quick buy, nothing convinces me that these will do anything at all. So perhaps they need even more items.
What about Medusa?
What about her?
What does she need?
She needs another...
She needs a lot. She needs like 2 damage items, right? Like 2.
Yeah, she needs a lot of time. It's also like she's playing against the some counters, right? You've got the mischance from the Tinker, super annoying for a hero like Medusa who's not very mobile. Even Pugna, constantly decrypting the Medusa over and over. And then, of course, the Nyx Assassin, Manabur, and Carapace. There's just way too much garbage for this Medusa to deal with when she's not far enough ahead to actually be able to stand her ground.
It's going to get worse. It's not like these items are not going to help Na'Vi either, right? Like Roger, he has his axe, in fact, right now.
Yep,
he is a lurker.
Super rich.
That's so hard to deal with. Yeah. But they're going to go for a surprise Roshan, and with Corrosive Haze and Focus Fire.
All right, nicely done. This is something that...
Scan does come up, though. They know. But it doesn't matter. No bounties being tested this time. They want the win.
Okay, so Roshan obviously is very good. They have a second line, but they are at a 13k gold deficit. Anti-Mage, when you look at the net worth, he's still very high up there, right? He's neck and neck with the Tinker, who's at the top. But whew, all right. Unfortunately, there's no bounty for that.
He was typing, guys. Come on. You are smoking, and then he dies. That's such a wee hot thing to do. Oh, that's awesome, actually. And the lurker is up. as these barracks are going to get pounded upon. Kezu jumps in and just dies.
Yep. Wanting to join his friend Weehaw in the grave.
Now they get the blade mail out. How much damage is he's not taking anything. He's in fountain.
He also has he's got some spell life still too to help with the blade mail damage.
He went for that, huh?
Very nice.
Okay.
I just don't see any. Look at this, General, giving his StarCraft 2 buddy the next assassin. The old
Oh, here it comes.
Oh boy, here it is.
Double boom.
Oh,
excellent. Tomato jumps in. Won't be able to find anybody right off the bat. The impale from across the map. Thanks to Roger's Aghanim Scepters. Gork looks to be falling here in all likelihood. The illusions themselves will take him out as the Aegis is popped. And Na'Vi, Roger just goes right next to the dead bodies. The impale onto 2. Lots of damage, but it's going to cost him his life again. 3 for nothing at the end of the day. Focus fire comes in, but Weehaw just doesn't deal that much damage right now.
You underestimate his damage.
Do I?
No, he's
dead.
We tried.
You underestimate. And GG's finally called as Na'Vi just got off to a really good start, and there wasn't really much that mid or feed could do this game.
Yeah, it's the whole, you know, we have a different meta here in Midas mode, right? There are these heroes that either make or break your draft, and unfortunately this game did not work out. The Medusa felt like quite a big hindrance.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough game overall for mid or feed, as they lose this series 0-2 to Na'Vi, who lost their first series 0-2. So now they've evened things up.